Jet, Frazier, Crouch, Rozier, and many, many more have built this big red legacy as this crowd is ready to cheer on their beloved Cornhuskers. You work the entire season to put yourself in position to thrive, to excel in games like this. A late season top 10 showdown, playoff implications aplenty. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Arizona Wildcats, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Arizona will kick off to get things underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Keep it up! Good ball, baby!
The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll try the run. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally ready.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the residents.
The Cornhuskers will line it up on 1st and 10. Going with the counter play here. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Holds and fires complete to the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This offense is going to try and stretch the field vertically and horizontally. They did there throwing it to their running back, but the defense, they were in perfect position to make that play for no gain.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for the big play. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the Huskers send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Fair catch called for and made. Sliding to avoid the hits.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand, now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And this setter downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Fights off the defender. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, get it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always right. I'm an offensive guy.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Arizona moving the ball quickly down the field. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Ripped off a huge shot play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. This offense always looking for those big, explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Give to the running back. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
They're going to ride this running back. They make the stop, and they give up 5 yards on the run. It's down to the 11th.
Hey, fine every couple of carries, so don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest on that run.
Looking to throw, it's Robbins. Floating away. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Man, you cannot coach this to quarterbacks. Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. As soon as he felt the lane, he was gone. No second guessing at all. That was picture perfect, and he uses his speed to just gash the defense.
A first down run in the red zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona! Well, somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, Dave. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this line.
And how easy does football become with a more physical team? You can threaten the run and then run play action. It opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Now on first down from the 30. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Moving away from pressure. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
Well, great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
This offense has a second down play. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On second down, he's looking downfield. That's reeled in. It's Hayden. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a great pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Nice play. This running back showing you why he truly is a three-down back. He's not just dangerous running the football between the tackles or blocking, but he can also catch the ball. When you get this guy the football in space in the perimeter of the field, he's got the wiggle, he's got the power to break tackles through the secondary. That's why this guy has an opportunity to play at the next level.
Nowhere to run on that when he loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
The pull and throw off the uphill. Delivers the contact. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. You can work your way down the field with these wide receiver screens, but also look for the opportunity to turn them into chunk plays later.
No doubt, you throw it quickly. You get it to him now. DB comes up, has to make a tackle. Now you fake it maybe a little bit later on. So these plays, they're not huge plays all the time, but they can set up big plays down the road for your offense.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Keeps looking downfield. He'll get rid of it. Complete to the right. And they pick up the first down in what might be the last play here in the first quarter. The Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The back goes in motion. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He's got it on the move. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's perfect. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Clemson was far from the friendly confines of Death Valley, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is from one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bounce when the new rankings come out, guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds like they had a good one there. Catch in the middle. It's Sims. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
From the gun, the running back looking for room.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
After picking up a couple. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
I love those smashes where you can cue it up. As goodness gracious, you can feel the contact. It's such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold the football. Huge momentum swing. Big turnover forced by the defense.
Quick pass on the fly motion. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Grab behind the line. It's Hayden. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that third down a little bit more manageable, and honestly, not that much.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, going up
can't do that without good protection up front by the offensive line, giving you a little bit of time. And you're right, the QB had time, saw the matchups, finally saw that drag come open, completes the strike, gets the first down.
Quarterback will audible. He'll just keep slinging it. Trying to beat the DD. Inside the 10. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the line. The Cornhuskers headed quickly to the line. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read up. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Back to throw, it's Robbins. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down.
I want to get my running backs the
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making an easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
And this guy has been so important to this defense, and the way he plays on the back end. Top 10 in the nation in interceptions. He just has a feel and reads the quarterback's eyes. He almost picked that last one up.
They could have used a little bit more there. Picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Lost the defense is wide open.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And the Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill. Uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
The negative play leaves him with 2nd and 12. Takes it the other way. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Cornhusker. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Well, a lot of time left. There's a from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22.
Get home, boys. We got it.
Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Might as well give it to him again. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
First down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Time to take a shot. Makes the grab inside the 30. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Wide open downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Back to throw, it's Robbins. Gets it out quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. Maybe you want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing, I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And he's going to run it back. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the 2nd half.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Quick strike complete. Across the 25, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with the 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
And back to the air on 2nd down. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the middle. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Release by the QB. And he's able, in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback checking off. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
And he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
It just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. It's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but ending plays when I can be physical and really make him feel me. I think that'll always bode well in the fourth quarter game.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on third down? Awesome job by the quarterback in the first position.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth there if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to...
Fires the pass. Intercepted. Taking it the other way. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Nebraska. What a play by this defense with a pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, returns to offense, go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll call for the fair catch here. Arizona has it back. The offense coming out to bear down. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
Here comes the offense on second down. Quick completion to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards left.
They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. Looks as if Arizona will have enough to move the chains.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as well.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Looking downfield, it's Robbins. Unloads to the wideout. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
And Reese, listen, we already know. We already threw the interception the last drive. We got to get this together. This is a couple bad plays that we put together now. If I'm an OC, I'm going to make this simple. Maybe I run the football. Maybe I get him a screen. Something easy maybe to get him a little bit back in a rhythm.
Obliterates him, still on the move. Touchdown, Arizona. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I'll go for it more, but Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down the end zone.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Hager. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Hit as he throws. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, man, this quarterback is fast. You saw that in his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit. And it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
The give from the gun. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
And the Huskers are on the move. He'll come out throwing on first down. Zings it complete to the right.
understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
How easy was that? I mean, when you got a quarterback that can run design runs like this and get you 5+ yards and make it look that easy, God, it makes it really hard for the defenses to stop.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn up for a first.
The Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Working the middle, it's complete. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to it.
And he runs it! Touchdown, Huskers! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. North Carolina ran roughshod over the competition today en route to a double-digit victory. And they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those Carolina blue unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. They weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. Quick handoff.
Straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter.
They can't stop us!
The give to the back. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd.
In the pocket, we take this! Keep those sticks moving!
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Now on the option. Knocked down after a pickup of 3 to the 12.
And how about this offense, man? Being able to succeed, still winning without their bell cow, without their star being their star. This offense has not had a great game on the ground, but they're still in the lead.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Shoots it to the left. A strike downfield. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense
would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll leave it with him. We'll give him a couple on that with 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Off the play fake. Looking to buy time. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. I mean, not only were those two guys not on the same page, I don't think they were in the same playbook. They barely looked like they were on the same team. Now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll bring it back. It's Sims. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Found a little run room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Looking to throw, it's Robbins. Way down the middle. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And it was the defense that got this started, right? They were the ones who got the stop, forced a punt, gave it back to the offense, who now just picked up a nice completion. You win as a team, but give the defense credit for getting this thing going.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big 1st down.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. And they're not on the same page there. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And that's such a good job by this defense. This offense is trying to find a spark, trying to get back in this football game. They're trying to be aggressive. The defense answers, and now you put your offense in a beautiful position to go out, execute a really good drive, and put a little distance between the other squad.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. The handoff, keep working on just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs and get that clock moving, I get the W and get out of it.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. I didn't see it there from the QB.
Pinned just inside their own 20. They need to convert on 3rd and short. Quarterback checking the play. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage total. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get into those critical points to get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to throw it again. Working that left side now. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
They'll go to the ground. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. The toss to the right. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. On the option. Now the toss. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. In chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. They move the tight end all over. He'll throw on 3rd down. And pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
After that incompletion on 3rd and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on 4th down and pad the lead, but if you kick a field goal, you make it a 2-possession game here in the 2nd half, and I think that's the right decision.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Hines is man enough for the 1st. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. You already have the lead. Scoring is always good, but milk the clock and it will be your friend. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on 3rd down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Hines on the move. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhusker. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to keep clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of the audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. James Madison went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters there in that 4th quarter. Total destruction by the Dukes. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Makes one man miss. Still running at the 40. Afterburner's coming. Past the 20. Into the end zone for a touchdown, and here in the final minute, they still have a chance.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Trailing by a touchdown here in the 4th. They'll try to get it back with the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and